Welcome to part 2 of me reviewing the split results for Junior Eurovision 2020. Another country I really want to point out is Poland. Now, I'm really shocked Poland actually came so low on the table. Because before this started, I thought, oh gosh, Poland's going to be a big threat to win. Because the Polish diaspora, But what's really surprising is they both came ninth in both the jury and the televote. The jury gave Poland 46 points, and the online voters only gave Poland 44. I mean, I can see why the jury put Poland quite low. I mean, I had this theory beforehand that the juries were going to mark down Poland because it's Poland and they probably didn't want Poland to win, and maybe my theory was right after all. But I am surprised the online votes were quite low for Poland. Usually their diaspora is very strong, and compared to the last couple of years, they've been like over 100 points, and they were announced only 44 points with Poland. I was jaw dropped. Really, I really thought they could be a contender to win, but clearly not. I guess maybe compared to the other two Polish entries, they were more, had more hype, more popular. Well, I'll Be Standing is not really a typical, I don't know, maybe a song Junior Eurovision winner. It did grow on me, I have to say. I really did enjoy it by the end of it. I did think maybe the staging was a bit messy. Maybe they deduct points maybe down to the staging. Maybe it came across a bit too messy on stage. There was a lot going on. There was costume reveal. There was quite a lot of children on stage. Maybe they could have toned it down. Then throwing the whole kitchen sink at the staging may have played a part. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I think another point I need to make about Poland, why I feel that Poland came so low, it's now I've looked back on the song and the performance. I feel the staging. I think there was a lot going on. There was, and I kind of feel maybe looking back on it, maybe they threw a bit too much. They threw the whole kitchen sink. There's a lot of dancers, kids changing costumes, like having a fancy dress party, and then she changed her clothes from white to red, so at least there was the Polish flag colours in there, and then, you had the dancers on the LED screen. There was a lot going on. I think maybe looking back on it, maybe Poland could have toned it down, maybe not have so much. It's because sometimes less is more in these occasions. Maybe Poland, was trying to sabotage itself, trying not to win. Well, I guess it worked, I guess. And they kind of shown that they didn't really want to win again. Because I did actually grow to like the song, actually. It's just that I felt, watching it again, I kind of felt the staging was too messy. It really was, which was a shame because it was a good song, but yeah, and it kind of reflected in the voting. Maybe it did put a lot of people off, actually, and maybe people were quite negative to Poland, and maybe there was Polish hate, like we see at Eurovision with Sweden, for Swedish hate. People didn't want to vote for Poland because it would look like they were going to be too good, and maybe that was also why they actually got a quite low online vote. At least now, people won't now complain that, oh, the online voting, Poland's going to win every year. And I thought I was beginning to be one of those people. But it is nice to see now music, in a way, is now people are voting for music than the country they're from, or the country they, like big countries, which is nice to see. Although when you look at the results with the online votes, the ones that were high were with an online vote were France, Spain, Netherlands, Kazakhstan, Belarus. These all countries have big ratings and big populations, well, when it comes to Junior Eurovision anyway, so they were always going to be high in the public vote. And yeah, and it kind of always makes it difficult for the smaller countries to do well in unless they have a really good, excellent song to send to the contest. So, in a way, yeah, I think this year the online votes have got better. I think the Poland point of coming so low down on the online vote kind of proves you may have a big country with big diaspora, but you need a song, or you need staging. It's not the song, it was just the staging that needs votes. And I guess, yeah, that's what did it really for them. But obviously, take a look at the results last year, you see like a lot of the countries that did well also did well this year, and the countries that did badly, well, they didn't take part this year, or either also didn't get into the top 6, so, especially in the online vote. So yeah, I think there should be some things we could change, about the online vote, but, yeah, but at least this year, the online vote was much better and more reflective and actually what the score should have been and what they were in the end. So yeah, I agreed on most of the points. And Malta got a higher televote than Poland, which is so interesting when you have like a big Polish diaspora and then you have a small tiny country like Malta finishing higher. They finished 8th with 49 points in the online vote, while the juries also agreed. They put Malta 8th as well with 51 points, so they agreed. I'm happy Malta did well. I was worried they were going to finish last mainly because of Malta and tiny weeny country. But they didn't, and I think that song really grew on me. She was so adorable, and I knew she wasn't going to win, but it's just like, she was so adorable, and she was like, okay, I'm going to sing this song, I'm going to do Malta proud. I'm a tiny little thing, I'm an underdog in this competition, I'm just going to sing my song and make the most of my experience. And yeah, Chasing Sunsets might not be a winner, but it was a very nicely done and nicely put, and it was a better result than last year. Now let's go down really low to the last place, Germany. Both the jury and the televoters agreed that Germany should finish last, and they did. Germany got 27 points from the jury. The online voters gave Germany 39 points. So, I thought Germany would do better. I really did actually, considering it's one of the big 5 countries in Europe and in Eurovision. They would get a bigger online vote, mainly because of that. But clearly not. I think what didn't help Susan is her performing first. I think if there was kind of an Engelbert Humperdinck effect going on first and people kind of forgetting. I think if she was on a bit later, maybe she would have got a bit more points. I think going on first didn't do any favours. I think especially then Kazakhstan following after her with the beauty that is Kazakhstan. I guess people just forgot about her, and it was in a field of ballads as well this year. And I guess it was also in that safe zone where sometimes the safe songs get forgotten about. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than you and me. And I guess that's what happened. It's sad because Germany was debuting. I would have liked to see them a bit higher. I don't think... You see, that's the problem. Everybody was really good, actually. There was no bad vocal, there was no bad performance. Hey, there was no terrible, horrible song, I guess. I think the problem with Germany is with that song, it was just maybe a bit too on the safe side. It's sad because Germany was debuting this year. It's their first year, and first year they come last. Will Germany come back? I hope they come back. At least they tried. I mean, Wales came last when they debuted, and they still came back the following year, so anything could happen, really. I hope they do come back, and they've wanted to. I believe they did think about it last year, joining the contest. So I'm hoping. I think maybe next year they should take more risks and be more daring with their song. But yeah, I think that's it. Belarus also, I quickly want to talk about Belarus actually. I was worried the jury's gonna mark Belarus down because of the rap, but clearly not. I shouldn't have been worried in the first place actually. They actually came third with the juries with 73 points, and the online vote put them fifth with 57 points. So they did really well. I was worried it was going to be one of these countries that weren't going to do so well as we all thought. But actually they did really well actually, so well done. It was a very dramatic performance. I didn't get the kids thing, and they're looking at the globe, you know, quite terrifying actually. You know, it's like they were unsure to be there, but actually, you know, it was a very dramatic performance, you know, and it all came together for them. So well done to Belarus there. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I think that's all I have to say about most of the countries, I guess. There wasn't a huge amount of split results. I guess when in a field of 12 it's not. I guess if it's a field of 1920, then maybe there'll be more split results. But I guess the jury and the televote kind of agreed on most things, apart from Spain, Georgia, and Serbia, really. Yeah. So overall, happy France won with jury in the televote. Surprised Poland finished so low, mainly because they have such a big diaspora. I thought they would do much better in the online vote. But yeah, very interesting indeed. But yeah, it's something nice to talk about now the contest is over, and I'm sure we'll all analyse these results now the competition is now ending. And yeah, and that's it. That was the last video of my Junior Eurovision reviews and all the content for Junior Eurovision 2020. It's come to an end. I know it's so sad, but don't fear, because although Junior Eurovision 2020 has come to an end for another year, there is of course the main Eurovision Song Contest still to do, and obviously I'll be reacting to all the songs for Eurovision 2020, including all the national selection, or most of the national selection songs for 2021, not 2020, 2021, oh gosh, all these numbers, that I will be doing in December and into the new year as well. So make sure you check those out. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched all my Junior Eurovision videos, thank you so much. If you haven't, then I'm not deleting any of them. Go and check them out if you want to. If you've got any free time on your hands, you know, go and check them out. They probably all have now. Go and check them out. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be back for more content very soon. So then, goodbye people, goodbye.